In this mock test, you will have 57 minutes to answer 50 multiple-choice questions. A minimum of 43 correct answers is required to pass.
What does this sign mean? No trams ahead. Oncoming trams. Trams crossing ahead. Trams only. The dual carriageway you're turning right onto has a very narrow central reservation. What should you do? Proceed to the central reservation and wait. Wait until the road is clear in both directions. Stop in the first lane so that other vehicles give way. Emerge slightly to show your intentions. You're driving on an icy road. How can you avoid wheel spin? Drive at a slow speed in as high a gear as possible. Use the handbrake if the wheels start to slip. Brake gently and repeatedly. Drive in a low gear at all times. You want to turn left at this junction. Your view of the main road is restricted. What should you do? Stay well back and wait to see if anything comes. Build up your speed so that you can emerge quickly. Stop and apply the handbrake, even if the road is clear. Approach slowly and edge out until you can see more clearly. Before driving through a tunnel, what should you do? Switch off your radio. Remove any sunglasses. Close your sunroof. Switch on your windscreen wipers. When may you use a handheld mobile phone in your car? When receiving a call. When suitably parked. When driving at less than 30 miles per hour. When driving an automatic vehicle. You're waiting in a traffic queue at night. How can you avoid dazzling drivers behind you? Use the parking brake only. Use the foot brake only. Use the clutch with the accelerator. Use the parking brake with the foot brake. What's the shortest overall stopping distance on a dry road at 60 miles per hour? 53 meters, 175 feet, 58 meters, 190 feet, 73 meters, 240 feet, 96 meters, 315 feet. You're driving in town. There's a bus at the bus stop on the other side of the road. Why should you be careful? The bus might have broken down. Pedestrians might come from behind the bus. The bus might move off suddenly. The bus might remain stationary. What should you do when following a car driven by an elderly driver? Expect the driver to drive badly. Flash your lights and overtake. Be aware that their reactions may be slower than yours. Stay very close behind, but be careful. Your vehicle is insured third party only. What does this cover? Damage to your vehicle. Damage to other vehicles. Injury to yourself. All damage and injury. When must you use dipped headlights during the day. All the time. On narrow streets. In poor visibility. When parking. Why should you reduce your speed when driving along this road? A staggered junction is ahead. A low bridge is ahead. The road surface changes ahead. The road narrows ahead. You find that your eyesight has become very poor and your optician cannot help you. By law, who should you tell? The driver licensing authority, your own doctor, the local police, another optician. What should you do when you're following a learner driver who stalls at a junction? Be patient, as you expect them to make mistakes. Stay very close behind and flash your headlights. Start to rev your engine if they take too long to restart. Immediately steer around them and drive on. What should you do when leaving your vehicle parked and unattended? Park near a busy junction. Park in a housing estate. Lock it and remove the key. Leave the left indicator on. What should you use your horn for? To alert others to your presence? To allow you right of way? To greet other road users? To signal your annoyance? Which sign means that there may be people walking along the road? You're travelling on a road that has speed humps. What should you do when the driver in front is travelling more slowly than you? Sound your horn. Overtake as soon as you can. Flash your headlights. Slow down and stay behind. What should you do if your anti-lock brakes, ABS warning light, stays on? Check the brake fluid level. Check the foot brake free play. Check that the handbrake is released. Have the brakes checked immediately. What does this sign mean? Motorcycles only. No cars. Cars only. No motorcycles. You're about to overtake a slow-moving motorcyclist. Which one of these signs would make you take special care? What does this sign mean? Low bridge ahead. Tunnel ahead. Ancient monument ahead. Traffic danger spot ahead. You're driving on a road with several lanes. You see these signs above the lanes. What do they mean? The 2 right lanes are open. The 2 left lanes are open. Traffic in the left lanes should stop. Traffic in the right lanes should stop. You're driving at the legal speed limit. A vehicle comes up quickly behind you, flashing its headlights. What should you do? Accelerate to make a gap behind you. Touch the brakes sharply to show your brake lights. Maintain your speed to prevent the vehicle from overtaking. Allow the vehicle to overtake. Which vehicles are prohibited from using the motorway? Powered mobility scooters, motorcycles over 50 cc, double-deck buses, cars with automatic transmission. You've just gone through deep water. What should you do to make sure your brakes are working properly? Accelerate and keep to a high speed for a short time. Go slowly while gently applying the brakes. Avoid using the brakes at all for a few miles. Stop for at least an hour to allow them time to dry. You're in collision with another moving vehicle. Someone is injured and your vehicle is damaged. What information should you find out? Whether the other driver is licensed to drive, the other driver's name, address and telephone number, the destination of the other driver, the occupation of the other driver. You're about to reverse into a side road. A pedestrian is waiting to cross behind you. What should you do? Wave to the pedestrian to stop. Give way to the pedestrian. Sound your horn to warn the pedestrian. Reverse before the pedestrian starts to cross. You're planning to tow a caravan. Which of these will be the biggest aid to the vehicle handling? A jockey wheel fitted to the tow bar. Power steering fitted to the towing vehicle. Anti-lock brakes fitted to the towing vehicle. A stabilizer fitted to the tow bar. When are anti-lock brakes of most use to you? When you're braking gently. When you're braking on rural roads. When you're braking harshly. When you're braking on a motorway. When can you park on the left, opposite these road markings? If the line nearest to you is broken, when there are no yellow lines, to pick up or set down passengers, during daylight hours only. Your tyre bursts while you're driving. What should you do? Pull on the handbrake. Brake as quickly as possible. Pull up slowly at the side of the road. Continue on at a normal speed. How should you give an arm signal to turn left? Why is it particularly important to carry out a check on your vehicle before making a long motorway journey? You'll have to do more harsh braking on motorways. Motorway service stations don't deal with breakdowns. The road surface will wear down the tyres faster. Continuous high speeds increase the risk of your vehicle breaking down. You're on a smart motorway. A mandatory speed limit is displayed above the hard shoulder. What does this mean? You shouldn't travel in this lane. The hard shoulder can be used as a running lane. You can park on the hard shoulder if you feel tired. You can pull up in this lane to answer a mobile phone. What does this sign mean? End of dual carriageway. Tall bridge. Road narrows. End of narrow bridge. You service your own vehicle. How should you get rid of the old engine oil? Take it to a local authority site. Pour it down a drain. Tip it into a hole in the ground. Put it in your dustbin. You want to turn right from a main road into a side road. What should you do just before turning? Cancel your right turn signal. Select first gear. Check for traffic overtaking on your right. Stop and set the handbrake. You're behind this cyclist. When the traffic lights change, what should you do? Try to move off before the cyclist. Allow the cyclist time and room. Turn right, but give the cyclist room. Tap your horn and drive through first. You see this line across the road at the entrance to a roundabout. What does it mean? Give way to traffic from the right. Traffic from the left has right of way. You have right of way. Stop at the line. What does the law require you to keep in good condition? Gears, transmission, door locks, seat belts. Which vehicle is most likely to take an unusual course at a roundabout? Estate car, milk float, delivery van, long lorry. You're waiting to emerge left from a minor road. A large vehicle is approaching from the right. You have time to turn, but you should wait. Why? The large vehicle can easily hide an overtaking vehicle. The large vehicle can turn suddenly. The large vehicle is difficult to steer in a straight line. The large vehicle can easily hide vehicles from the left. The large vehicle can easily hide vehicles from the left. When are you allowed to stop on a motorway? When you need to walk and get fresh air. When you wish to pick up hitchhikers. When you're signalled to do so by flashing red lights. When you need to use a mobile telephone. You're driving on a road that has a cycle lane. The lane is marked by a broken white line. What does this mean? You shouldn't drive in the lane unless it's unavoidable. There's a reduced speed limit for motor vehicles using the lane. Cyclists can travel in both directions in that lane. The lane must be used by motorcyclists in heavy traffic. You can't see clearly behind when reversing. What should you do? Open the window to look behind. Open the door to look behind. Look in the near side mirror. Ask someone to guide you. You're parked on the road at night. Where must you use parking lights? Where there are continuous white lines in the middle of the road, where the speed limit exceeds 30 miles per hour, where you're facing oncoming traffic, where you're near a bus stop. Why should you never wave people across at pedestrian crossings? Another vehicle may be coming. They may not be looking. It's safer for you to carry on. They may not be ready to cross. What should the driver of the red car, arrowed, do? Wave towards the pedestrians who are waiting to cross. Wait for the pedestrian in the road to cross. Quickly drive behind the pedestrian in the road. Tell the pedestrian in the road she shouldn't have crossed.